Hey guys, this is a tutorial on how to use Keynote. So Keynote is like my favorite app. So you just click on it, and if you've never used it before, this section here is going to be blank. So if you're like me and before I was taught how to use Keynote, I had no idea what it was or what to do with it. So you're just going to click on the plus in the top right corner to create a new Keynote, which is basically like a Microsoft PowerPoint, but it's way more fun and there's way more features. So if you just want to make a simple one, you can just choose a blank one. I like to choose the white ones because you can draw on them and it's much easier to see. But I'll use the black ones if I want to make the backgrounds pictures, and it's a lot easier to blend them into the background. So it's basically pretty much like PowerPoint. So if I wanted to title this like Keynote Tutorial, and then you just type, and I'm using the iPad keyboard because I don't have a real keyboard to connect. So if you want to add another slide, you click the plus over here and it gives you a whole bunch of options. So I'm going to add a blank one because I'm going to show you some of the cool things you can do. So you're going to click the plus at the top. You can import a photo of it or video. You can get on the camera and take a picture. You can record audio, find an image, insert, drawing, equation. So one of my favorite things to do is draw because it gives you all these options. You can choose all these different colors. And I'll do things like this with my kids when we're doing a graphic organizer. And I'll just draw it, main idea, and then like a key detail box. And you might be like, Olivia, that's no space at all for these kids. But the good thing is when you're done drawing, you can zoom all the way in by using both fingers, pushing 2 fingers in the middle and then pushing them apart to zoom in, and then pulling them together to zoom out. And then you can move your image by clicking on it and just dragging it. So if I wanted to zoom in and fill this in, I'm going to click the plus again, drawing, and then I can choose the crayon, and you can choose the width. There's an eraser if you mess up. I like the pencil. It's super fun. You can choose different colors. So if I'm like Keynote is amazing. And I am writing with a stylus because I find it to be super easy. And I'm just used to it by now. You can use your finger. So then see how I really couldn't write that small zoomed out all the way like this. So I just zoom in and it gives them a lot of space. The kids do love it. But this is really just for your purposes if you're making lessons and stuff, because most of your kids aren't going to have iPads at home. Another cool thing you can do is, I always just work with a blank slide, but you can add photos or videos. So a recent screenshot would be, I was screenshotting all the pages of the textbooks. So you can have this. So this is what I normally would do with my class because I have a bunch of students on different levels. But I would screenshot the book, and then I would record my voice reading each page or each section, because not every one of my kids can silently read the book. And if they are done with their other work and they want to move ahead, then they have this. So you click the plus and you click record audio. I don't know if it's going to let me do that while I'm screen recording, but I'm going to try. And then you click record. So I'm going to just put, how can robots help us now and in the future? How can robots help us now and in the future? And then you can preview it. How can robots help us now and in the future? I'm not sure if you could hear it, but it sounded just like how I recorded it. How can robots help us now? I'm going to insert it, and then you have it here. And you can drag it around. I always put it right next to whatever I have recorded so they can click on it. And that's how you would insert audio. Some other really cool things you can do is you start here, and then you just take a picture, and then you can edit out the background with Instant Alpha. So you would click the picture and then the paintbrush in Instant Alpha. And since it's a picture of a book, it's going to be really hard. But you can go over it by dragging little pieces by little pieces and getting rid of the background. And since this has a bunch of words, it's way more difficult. But then when you're done, you click away, you see it took away all those words. So if I wanted just a picture or whatever, and I had time, but we've done this in class where we've taken pictures of ourselves and then used Instant Alpha to get rid of the background, and then you copy it by just clicking it once, and then you can click copy, and then you just go to a new slide, and the kids would put the background of whatever scene they were in, and they would paste it. So it's super easy. It's just a quick tutorial on how to use Keynote. Then you click the top presentation 37, and then you can rename it, save it, move it. So you would just rename it to whatever you want. So I would just put Keynote tutorial. And then it saves. And then here's the really cool thing. This is what I did with all the textbooks, because my kids need access to the books. The 3 dots in the top right corner, you click that, you can share it, you can airdrop it to your MacBook if you have it, or you can export it. This is what I did. I clicked export, and then I chose PDF, because PDF, you save it and it kind of saves it as like the picture. And then I put it on my website, and so it's accessible to everybody, no matter what device they have. So it's not just for Apple users. So that's just something really cool. If you animate it, you can animate it as a GIF or a GIF. I don't know how to say it. And that's really cool. We did one of those with solar systems, and we animated all the planets to move around the sun at different times, and then we made it a GIF, and it was really cool. Maybe I'll upload that later. But this is just a short tutorial on how to use Keynote. I hope this helps some of you with your e-learning or just classroom learning.